Alright then guys, how's it going? It is JTJudgment here as always, and welcome back as always guys to another FIFA 16 Legend review. And in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the 86 rated American striker Landon Donovan. But before I get into it guys, as always there's a few things that I need to mention, one of which is in the description down below is going to be a link taking you to the account of the boy that was nice enough guys to let me use his account to do this review. If it wasn't for him, I most likely would not have been able to use this card for quite some time, so all credit has got to go to him. If you check out that link, go to his account, showed some support, said a massive thank you from me and yourselves. I really appreciate it guys, that would be absolutely insane. Also in the description you're going to find a link to cdkeys.com. If any of you guys are looking to pick up some Microsoft points, some PSN codes, maybe some cheap games or iTunes cards, definitely check them out guys, they got some very good prices. So Landon Donovan for me in this year's Ultimate Team, he's obviously a new legend. He was released by EA quite a bit of time after, you know, the main batch of players, or legends I should say, that were going to be introduced into FIFA 16. You know, he was a very late announcement, and I gotta say I was all for it, you know, because Landon Donovan's legend card, it looked pretty awesome. He's got very good pace, decent dribbling and shooting stats as well, so I gotta say, judging from my past experiences using legends in this game, and I had an idea on what sort of player I was expecting him to play like, I was excited to use him, you know guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited to use him. Now when it comes to stats with this card, they are very, I would say, average, but then again he is only an 86 rated legend, you know, one of the lowest rated of the lot, but they're still decent, you know. 87 pace, 84 shooting, 81 passing, 83 dribbling, 42 on the defending and 67 on the physical. Then you go into his in-game stats and he does possess 87 attack positioning, 86 acceleration, 87 reactions as well as 87 sprint speed, 85 ball control, 87 finishing, 85 short pass and 83 crossing. So when it comes to stats guys, they're pretty average, but at the same time when you look at them from a perspective of an 86 rated player, they're pretty decent, you know. Alright guys, so what did I think of the legend Landon Donovan this year in Ultimate Team? Well, I gotta say he was like a very balanced striker for me, you know. I found the same amount of weaknesses as I did strengths with this card. I'll go through the positives first, one of which was his shooting. Now he's only got 84 shooting on the card, and his shooting stats in-game aren't really the greatest, but in-game, my god guys, as soon as you give this boy space, you can unleash a shot from outside the box, and the goals in this video will show you exactly what this card is capable of. Do not look at his stats and think to yourself, well, I'm not going to be buying this card anytime soon because I'm not going to be able to score some insane long shots from outside the box. That is not the case with this card. I got proof in the video. Look at the goals. I'm scoring with ease from outside the box. So if that is your playstyle, exactly like me, definitely try this card out. His pace for me was pretty insane as well. As soon as he hit his top sprint speed, he was pretty much gone. The defenders that I did come up against while using him had a hard time catching up to him. And as you can see in the goals, guys, something that I have started doing very recently, more than I did when I started playing FIFA 16, is getting a player on the ball. Just before hitting the sprint button, flick the right stick so that the player you were using will kick the ball in front of them. That will give them a head start, and if they've got high acceleration, then you can set off from those defenders extremely easily, and that is something that worked very well for me with Landon Donovan. So if you are thinking of picking him up for yourself, then it's something that I definitely recommend trying out. His dribbling and ball control for me was awesome. Now dribbling is something that I find to be very frustrating in this game. Players first touches really do suck, and a lot of players that I have used that have got good dribbling stats on the card and in game don't necessarily feel that great when you use them in game. But Landon Donovan proved me wrong guys. His dribbling stats on the card and in game are half decent, but in game when I started using him, I instantly felt that he was a player that outperformed his stats in that area, you know. He didn't really have a bad touch for me, kept the ball close to his feet. I had no problem with his dribbling guys whatsoever. I think the goals in this video will give you somewhat of an idea on what it is like. And the last positive guys that I got to mention is his positioning. Now he's a player with medium work rates. He defaults as a centre forward, but I did use him as a striker. I think most of you guys will do that, and I got to go out there and say his positioning was fantastic for me, you know. Medium work rates. When I use a player with those work rates, I expect them to be very inconsistent, you know, not make as much runs, I should say, as I would like them to. But Donovan was always making runs for me. He was always getting himself found in position to do damage, and I loved him for it. You know, it's something that really, really did make me love using this card. Now, when it comes to his weaknesses, most of them are pretty much the obvious ones, you know, one of which being aerial ability. He really isn't the tallest, so don't expect him to score headers left, right, and centre from pretty much every single cross you put inside the box, right, guys? His passing for me really wasn't the greatest as well. I think I played about 13, 14 games, maybe 15 games with this card, and I don't think he made one assist for me. Weak foot for me wasn't the greatest either. Now, even though he's got a 4-star weak foot, guys, it just felt very, very inconsistent for me in game. You know, he was missing a lot of simple, easy opportunities for me inside the box, and it's something that I definitely did notice because he did it on more than one occasion. And the last weakness, guys, is another obvious one in his strength. Same as aerial ability, he's not the tallest, so he is going to get bullied off the ball pretty easily. But that's pretty much going to wrap things up for my final thoughts on this card. I mean, when it comes down to it, he's one of the lower rated legends, he's one of the cheaper legends. I've got to say he is well worth your coins if you do have enough to go out and buy him. I had a blast using him, and is a player that I would definitely recommend picking up. So that right there, guys, is going to wrap up my final thoughts on the legend Landon Donovan in FIFA 16 Ultimate Team. If you did enjoy this video and it did help you decide, guys, whether or not to go out and buy the player for yourself, then I'd really, really appreciate you smash the like button. It really, really does help. Also, guys, click that subscribe button today to be notified when I do upload any new content in the very, very near future. And as always, guys, most importantly, please take care, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da, guys.